All right. We are. Can't turn your phone while live. Okay. Well, we are live. What's going on, people? Hello. I am talking with Sonita. Hey, Sonita. Why is it doing that?
Hey.
So, wanted to talk with Sonita about Red Opera Company as well as your play Phyllis. So let's start with Red Opera. Tell us, what is Red Opera, Sonita?
Well, Red Opera is my company, and after several years of bouncing around various, what would my company name be? Various words, names, and at one time it was Red Arts and with a Z, and it was SLS Studio, which just means anything that I did came under studio, and none of it was fitting, none of it was working. It just wasn't, feeling like that's it. And then I said, First it was Red World Opera. Like, yeah, that's the intention, is to affect the world and the works that I do, being able to touch the lives of people globally. But I was like, nah, that's too wordy somehow. That doesn't roll off your tongue, So then I said, well, Red Opera Company. I was like, I like that. So, but Red is actually my nickname at home. Okay. If you go to my hometown, you don't hear anybody call me Sonita. Okay. They all call me Red.
Where are you from?
Originally from Norfolk, Virginia, also Midwest, Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. But family, which is a huge family, and childhood, school age friends, all call me Red. Okay. So, and that's when I decided that I just felt very free. Red that is me. That is the creative me. That is the uninhibited me. That is. Red can do whatever she wants. Okay. Cool. So it is my license. It's my poetic license, Red. So
and that's Red cool. Opera and Company. Obviously, I can feel you. I chose the name Free Thought for that same thought process of being free and artistically doing what I want to do. My thought when I was looking for an artistic name was, what do I ultimately want to be? Free.
Yes. Exactly. Hey, awesome.
So I like that. So so what are you doing right now? What productions do you have going on? I know you just finished directing a play. Congrats.
Thank you.
What you got going on right now?
Phyllis, the American Revolutionary, is going to Kent State University to be a part of the Pan-African Studies New Black Plays series, and that's going up in the spring, a couple of months in April. And I'm very excited about that. So, that's the next thing that's going up right now. And, there's other things on the horizon, but, okay. TBA.
Okay. So, Phil is part of the New Black Play series. Tell us about Phyllis.
Phyllis is about, the play is, I love history, and oftentimes I'm doing things centered around history. And Phyllis is similar to how Red Opera came into to be Red Opera Company. Because there's a familiarity with Phyllis, there's a relationship that I have with Phyllis. When I was Phyllis Wheatley, when I was growing up, I love reading, and library was one of my favorite places to be.
Mine too.
And I went to the Phyllis Wheatley Library.
Oh, okay.
On a very regular basis.
Okay.
And there was a bust of her to the right of the entrance as you entered the library. So at some point I just said, I want to know more about her. I mean, there would be kind of books about her around, celebratory times like Black History Month, Poetry Month, things like that. But I think that I just took it for granted. I grew up with her, and then I wanted to know more about her, and I literally spent a decade researching her, going to every possible place that was, available to me, traveling to places to learn more about her. Libraries, Schomburg in New York City, and then at the point where, and if the 10 years was like, spending like huge chunks of time just on it, looking and finding work and things about her. And then I would, kind of digest that and maybe shape some type of performance art piece around it. Then I feel like, I don't feel like I'm done yet. So I go back into research again until I got to the point where I was learning the same information. So I said, okay, well, I guess I'm pretty much exhausted.
Right.
Pretty much just exhausted, I guess, what's out here, what we know about it right now. So that's how it came into being. And I started, like I said, with just kind of a performance art piece, but I always knew I wanted it to be a play. And what struck me in my research about Phyllis is during the time she was a child in Boston, which is where she was brought to this country on a slave ship. She, according to census and property records, she was the only child that looked like her when she was a kid in Boston. So that was very curious to me. I was inspired. It was how can a kid grow up and have no friends that look like her, and period. So then that then inspired me to write about her and to write about her experiences and what life was like for her to be a prodigy, basically. And also in my research, I learned that she was, I called it interrogated, by prominent businessmen of Boston of the time and clergy, because she had some poetry that was published in the local papers by Suzanne Wheatley. And so they requested that the Wheatleys bring her, and they questioned her authenticity, questioned that she was the poet. So, and one of the people that was a part of that group was John Hancock, who signed the Declaration of Independence. So I said, so in the play, Phyllis, the American Revolutionary, I have an opportunity to give her voice that, maybe she wasn't actually able to use during that time. However, it's reflective of her voice, not literally there in front of these men who were asking her these questions, but in her writings and letters to missionaries, she's very vocal about questioning the times and the brutality of the times. So, Phyllis, the American Revolutionary.
Okay. Excellent. So it's going to be at Kent, is that Kent State?
Yes, it's going up at Kent State University. It's going to be a part of the Pan-African Studies Department at Kent State University has a theater ensemble and a New Black Plays festival. So Phyllis is going up there on April 15th, Sunday, April 15th. Very excited about that.
Okay. I am too. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And the New Black Plays, that'll be, is this an initiative that they've been doing? Is this something they're continuing? This whole New Black Plays at Kent.
It is.
A little bit do you know about what the history or what their story is behind that? Just to
the Dr. Amy Rose Forbes Erickson, I believe it may be an initiative that she began, and I think she's been there for a couple of years as a professor in the Pan-African Studies Department. Okay. And I know there was a New Black Plays Festival last year. Okay. And again this year. And in my conversation with her, I believe she did say that she initiated this series. I think so.
Cool, cool. So Sunday, April 15th at Kent State. Where exactly is Kent State?
Kent State is in Ohio.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so all you Ohio people,
Yes.
we will be in the house.
Yes. That's a good question. I'm thinking Kent State, Ohio. That's not right. No, Kent State is it's not in Cleveland, but it's close to Cleveland. Have to look it up.
Yeah,
look it up. You
got a computer in your hand.
Google it.
Right, Google Kent State. All right, so Kent State will be there. They have a New Black Plays series, and Phyllis, the American Revolutionary, will be Sunday, April 15th, 2018. Okay, well, great. I just wanted to take a few minutes to pick your brain. We will be down there in Kent State. I am so happy to be working with this talented sister. And keep on the lookout. We will have some more interviews, some more talks leading up to this.
Yes.
We are really trying to build a movement behind Phyllis and behind Red Opera, and really blow this up. She has some really important things that she's saying, and as a poet, I'm very obviously interested in Phyllis Wheatley as well. So thank you, Sonita, for taking this time.
Awesome.
And people, come back, check back, and I will talk with y'all again soon.
Cool.
Adios.